Dell just released a few new UltraSharp monitors, and today we're going to take a look at the smallest and most affordable of them, the U2424H. We'll talk specs and features, see if it's good for gaming since it is a 120Hz monitor, and I'll let you know if I'd recommend it or if I think there's a better buy for the money. Let's roll that unboxing. I did pay for this monitor myself. In fact, most of my monitor review videos you see on my channel are out of pocket, so if you find this video helpful and want to help support my channel so I can afford more things to review, consider using my links in the description below. The Dell U2424H is a 24-inch UltraSharp monitor. It is full high definition at 1080p and currently retails for $379. Looking at build quality, it is mostly covered in the platinum silver hard plastic shell most Dell monitors are made of. Once assembled, the display is height adjustable up to about 20 inches. It can also tilt, swivel, and pivot. It has a width of about 21 inches and depth just over 7 inches and weighs around 12 pounds. On the back from left to right, we have a power connector, an HDMI input that supports up to 1080p at 120 Hz, a DisplayPort 1.4 input, a DisplayPort 1.4 output, a USB-C upstream port that can only transmit data, a USB Type-A downstream port, an audio line out, and another USB Type-A downstream port. On the bottom, there are two connections, a USB Type-A downstream and a USB downstream with power charging up to 15 watts. The monitor is also 100mm by 100mm VESA mount compatible. Once the menu button is pressed, we're able to access a quick menu with options like preset modes, brightness contrast, auto brightness, display info, and input source. If we go up, we can access the full menu where we can get a little more in-depth with color adjustments and settings. Nothing too complicated. For the record, I kept the color mode in standard for this video. It is an IPS display which uses an LED edge-lit system, has 92.53 pixels per inch, and gets up to 250 nits of brightness. There is no HDR here, however, Dell advertises color gamuts of 100% sRGB, 100% BT709, and 85% DCI-P3 with a delta E under 2. It has a 5 millisecond response time in fast mode with 8 milliseconds in normal mode. Dell boasts that this is the world's first 4-star certified monitor for eye comfort with improved Comfort View Plus, reducing blue light, and an ambient light sensor which auto-adjusts brightness and temperature to match your environment. All that said, I think the first thing that caught my attention with this product was the 120Hz refresh rate, which Dell says will deliver less flicker and smoother motion and scrolling, but I wanted to see how this monitor would perform as a gaming monitor as well as test it for everyday browsing and work from home. So coming from a 38-inch ultra-wide monitor, it does take some getting used to and adjusting. It is manageable, but I think after using it for a while, I feel like maybe 27 inches is going to be the sweet spot, and if you stay tuned, I'm reviewing the 27-inch version next. If the intent is to use it for work from home or everyday browsing, it is an ultra-sharp monitor, so text clarity excels, and even on a smaller screen, my eyes don't feel fatigued after working on this monitor for a few hours. That said, I do find myself missing more real estate, though this may not be an issue if you're coming from a laptop or if this is your first monitor. If you're absolutely sold on a 24-inch monitor, I think for what you get, there are better deals out there, so I'm going to recommend an alternative that at the time of this video is only $130 and has many similar features to the U2424H, like 99% sRGB, a 100Hz refresh rate, and is still a 1080p IPS display, the Acer KA242Y, link in the description. Save some money and get similar performance. With the money you save, you could even sign up for a My Best Buy Plus membership and get a 60-day return period in case you change your mind later. I did go ahead and fire up some Horizon Zero Dawn to see how it performs, and while yes, you will get 120Hz performance, there is no HDR, so colors don't pop, and when it comes to console gaming, you're only going to get 1080p, so if the sole purpose is to use it with a Series X or PS5, I'd look for a 4K 120Hz monitor elsewhere. As I edited this video, I did notice that the colors seem to look more vibrant in this footage. No doubt my camera is saturating the colors a bit, but it does look more washed out in person. If you're on PC and don't mind 1080p for gaming, I still think there are better options out there, and if gaming is your primary purpose, I'm going to recommend a monitor that at the time of this video is on sale, even cheaper than this Dell monitor, and has a bigger 27-inch screen, is 240Hz instead of 120, has G-Sync and HDR, and right now is only $220 when you use my link, the Samsung Odyssey G4. I usually test whether I think a monitor will be good for photography, but I can't really recommend a 24-inch monitor for that, so I won't go too in-depth here. However, I did run a calibration and I found it matched the 100% sRGB Dell advertises, got close with DCI-P3 with 83%, and ended up with 80% Adobe RGB. That's the rundown on the Dell 2424H. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this monitor, and if you're going to get one anyway, I found Dell tends to drop prices after a bit of time, so patience may pay off here. I have more Dell monitor reviews in the forecast, so if you'd like to see those, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell, but that's going to wrap things up for today, so until next time, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and have a great rest of your day.